Watching QH here, there might be some opportunity for a little continuation. I'm going to just do very small size on this one, see if we can get a pop over 25. Right now, the 5-minute is still holding that former breakout zone, so that's actually looking pretty good. So let's just see how well this could keep holding here. Again, I'm on QH. Let's looking for that move over 220. Very small position size for now. It's our lead gapper. I'm gonna stop out here. It's just not bouncing over 220 like I was hoping for. Maybe it still will. I caught a 12. Let's keep watching this one. Three more minutes in the 5-minute candle. QH up 40%. That's not too bad. Volume could be a lot more though. Let's see if we can get possible fill here. I could see this pulling back a little bit more. Long 200 shares. I'd like to get long at least 2,000 shares. So let's see if we can get an entry here at 210, 29. We are crawling back on that 5-minute candle, so it's a little bit bearish here. Volume's my biggest concern. Volume's really light on this ticker. Jumping in on this one, seeing if we can get that continuation here. Looking for that move over 220. Nice little pop. Can we see it hold? So far, not. Oh, nice. Taking profits off the table there just because I don't really trust. Yeah. Oh, this market sucks. Man, it's so hard to trade this market. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back at 7:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome everyone in the Discord and the YouTube chat room. It's November 15th. It's a Tuesday. Yesterday was a very, very slow day. It was basically no trade day. I did I think 1 or 2 tickers, but just a few scratches. I ended up the day like $3 or $4. It was a joke. So total scratch day. Today so far is a bit of a scratch day here. Nothing really too interesting. As you see with QH, the volume's too light to really trade this one. And I had a small red trade on Pegy, which I'm sure you guys all have seen many times. Pegy is just a ticker that somehow keeps popping up on our radar now for weeks. We had some good action in Pegy right here in this area on the daily, but it's kind of been just trending down. We have a really good support off of $2, and we actually bounced really nice off of $2. So these are usually general zones that I do like to look for. So we'll keep a closer eye on anything around $2. But I don't know if we're gonna, have a sell-off towards $2 today, but we'll see. So slightly red on Pegy, slightly green on QH, but nothing, nothing really to get too excited about just yet. It's crawling back up again. I'm not a big fan of the volume profile on this one. I definitely don't want to be buying it high, that's for sure. Possible breakout to new high day at 224. It looks like it's going to do it, honestly. Chipping away. Here we go, coming back to 224. It's looking pretty healthy. No, yep, back again. Jumping in on 22. Let's see if we can get that breakout at 24. Bid needs to be crawling higher here. Bid should be crawling to 23 very quickly. Let's see. Nice break there. Taking profits again. Very small size. Sold at 27. I feel like I haven't day traded in a really long time, which is weird because I'm, trading every morning with you guys. The market's open, but it's just based on my normal, usually I'm trading like 25 plus trades a day, blah, 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 getting quite aggressive. But lately, especially last week and then yesterday as well, just so little. My scanner is right here on the left. I have a video on my scanner. I'll drop it. So we had a high of 2.3 there. Now, still crawling up. Good to see that. Volume's very light on this ticker. Just mapped out some key zones. Still holding this front side trend, not bad. A little late there on my end. Possible break over 35. Can we get that new high? New 5-minute coming up right now. Let's see it. Still trending lower. Could be some support off the 9 EMA. Jumping on at 29. Looking for a break over 33 into 35. New high day. Looking kind of healthy. Jumping in on 33, looking for that break. Not. I don't think we got it there. Cutting. stopping out. Maybe I had the right idea, but somehow I didn't like the price action. I just look for VIX. I just look for key support and resistance zones, as you saw a second ago. For example, like here around $4, you can see we had some support. We retested. We had a fake out breakout. So I would just go ahead and draw a line there more or less. I'm not so concerned anything over 4 right now, but that's just how I do it. Just very simple support ranges. If I'm unsure, then I'll even zoom out further. So I'll usually go to the daily. But if I don't really get a good read on the daily, I'll go to the the weekly. Sometimes I even start on the monthly. I mean, volume is slowly crawling up on QH. I can't deny that. Buying at 240, looking for that continuation on this ticker. Looking for a move to the mid 40s. Held really well there. I'm gonna stop out. Could re-enter though. It's holding pretty okay. So I'm gonna re-enter at 36 where I stopped out. Just really bad at having any sort of continuation is really poor on this one right now. Possible stop at 37. I really want to see this keep flying. It's pretty healthy overall. I just keep buying a little bit too high. Oh, there's the bid we were waiting for. Never mind. Yeah, I hope that helps, Vix. Let me know if you need more clarification, but it's pretty straightforward. Five-minute could be seeing a little bit more of a setup coming up, so that's what I would be looking for. Pull back to 32. Try to get an entry at 32. Might pull back even more. I don't know if we're going to get a bounce here, so that's why I'm setting my limit order in advance, just in case there is a flash bounce, but it doesn't hold. We have that bid stacking here, which is a really good sign. It should bounce a bit, but you just never know. Back at 33. It should be getting a little bit more aggressive here. 34. I would love to see a quicker break. Stopped out, or didn't stop out, took my profits. If it looked a little bit healthier and quicker, I would have not cut on that. I was really thinking maybe we'll get a flash pop at best. I'm using really small size. My biggest size on QH was only 3,000 shares. I would actually like to size up on this one, but the fact that it just didn't really bust much over 1,000 shares per minute makes me a little bit hesitant on it. I don't have the highest conviction behind this ticker based on that really light volume profile. This might be all the front side we're going to get on it. I hope not, but maybe it's got to set up a bigger 5-minute first. I'm not sure. Still struggling here a bit. Yeah, right, Omar? It's a nice 60% gapper for a bit. It's actually quite refreshing. The percent on it was the reason I started trading it, actually. So you guys know what I've been saying the last few days is like, oh, I don't want to trade this ticker. I don't want to trade this one. They were all like up 15%, 20, maybe max like 25, 30%. So this one was actually over 40%. And I was like, all right, that actually looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and start jumping on this one. So I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something that happens around 40% where just tickers tend to perform a little bit better. Yeah, TBLT from yesterday wasn't too bad either. I agree, Tom. It was just like it was very late, so I wasn't trading it anymore. Maybe I could have stuck around a little bit in this area. This was like at 10:30. I stopped trading yesterday a bit earlier, somewhere in this area, like, I don't know, like 10:10 or so I stopped trading. For now, it's still setting up. Yesterday was a bit of a red day for the SPY, but today it looks like the SPY is going to be opening 1% up. I was thinking about we should just be blindly buying a few stocks yesterday, and actually it would have worked. So we really held some interesting support zones. Stock snapped a 2-day rally despite Fed Chair Laurel Bernard saying it will probably be appropriate soon to slow down the pace of interest rate hikes. It certainly wasn't all fun and games for Hasbro, the SP 500's biggest loser of the day. Bank of America analysis downgraded the stock, accusing the toy maker of printing too many Magic the Gathering cards. Interesting. There's Did you guys see what happened to Oatly on earnings? We talked about this for a little bit, and they went down like 20+%. Absolutely devastating. I'm not sure how much this company will still go down if it survives, because Yeah, so they actually quite recovered. They're pretty much back to how they were. That's usually a really good sign that the floor is in because their earnings were much worse than expected, but they're not, selling off. There's 8 billion milestone of humans. There was just 2 billion humans in 1925 and 4 billion as of 1974. Crazy. Growth is hitting a wall. The world population is expected to peak in 2080 at 10.4 billion people, hang there for a few decades and fall down off in the 22nd century. The reason fertility rates are declining, many countries are not producing enough babies to maintain growth. The populations of 61 countries are projected to drop by at least 1% by 2050. With Eastern Europe suffering the biggest losses. Shrinking populations alarm economists. Fewer kids mean fewer workers contributing to the economy. At the same time, the growing ranks of older people will require financial support. Everything from our cities to our healthcare systems will need to be reimagined. This is where I think there's so many opportunities to make startups right now, just in the healthcare system and automations. 8 countries, including Nigeria, Tanzania, Pakistan, will account for more than half the projected population increase in 2015. Such blistering population growth can strain resources and make it harder to reduce poverty. Wow, this looks really weird. Oh, it's like one of those robots. How many chickens are there? Hopefully more than people, because I like my chicken. World's 2 biggest polluters to restart climate talks. The U.S. and China agreed to resume talks on climate change after President Joe Biden and Jinping met for 3 hours yesterday in Bali ahead of the G20 summit. Also discuss other issues, including Taiwan. University of Virginia student Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. was taken to custody yesterday for allegedly shooting and killing 3 members of the school's football team Sunday night. Wow, which took place on a charter bus returning to the campus. 2 other students were injured. That's crazy. Google settles 40 state privacy investigations. Google agreed to pay $391 million. That's so insane, to resolve massive investigations into how it tracked user locations, the largest multi-state privacy settlement in U.S. history. The company says that the issue at the root of the investigation that it stored location data for users, even if they opted into a privacy settling disallowing that, has been fixed. Location data is a key part of Google's ad business that generates $200 billion annually. That's a huge win for customers. That's so big. Jeff Bezos will give away the majority of his $124 billion future fortune in his lifetime. his ex-wife gave away over half of her net worth in 3.5 years. 24 billion is all that she has left. Interesting stuff. QH actually looks like it's holding up pretty okay. This could be back to tradable in a few minutes. So he'll be giving away 8% of the net worth through the Bezos Earth Fund to fight climate change. Bezos has also caught flack for not signing the Giving Pledge, a promise made by the world's richest people to give away most of their wealth. The $32 billion FTX implosion is already on the Hollywood fast track. Nonfiction superstar Michael Lewis, who is famous for writing The Big Short and Moneyball, has reportedly been embedded with a bankrupt cryptocurrency exchange. Former CEO Sam Bankman-Fried for 6 months, and will pen a book telling the inside story. Oh, this is going to be really good. I'm going to see BlockFi in that movie and cry. Let's see. News of Lewis' next book was revealed by the CAA agent in an CAA agent. What is that? Creative Artist Agency. In an email to potential buyers of the movie rights. Interesting. MACD on QH does not look very supportive, so that makes me a little bit worried about it. Price action, though, looks pretty okay. We'll probably be stuck in the range for a little bit longer unless we have some really unorthodox breakout here. Nice crawl off the lows, though. 7%, not too shabby. I typically don't trade anymore when the ticker starts trending below the 9 EMA, though, so this isn't my strategy, or this wasn't my strategy here. Boom, new high day on QH, back at 243. This ticker is looking more and more interesting right now. Nice breakout there. Volume's still a bit light, but at least there's volume. Pulling back, micro pullback, entry at 41. Let's see if we can get a little bit more of a push. Whoops. Stopping out. I want to see quick resolution when I'm buying high like this, but it's stalled out. It could still keep breaking, obviously, but I only give, when I buy high like that, especially in this market, I'm only giving it one quick opportunity. If it stalls even for a second, I'm out. Obviously, this time it doesn't look like it worked, or I stopped out too soon, but I don't regret it. It's just such a tough market. Exactly, Regio. It's definitely a little bit of a grinder ticker, but at the same time, it keeps giving us pretty interesting opportunities to just maintain the grind. Looking for a break to new highs on this one. I'm not sure if we're going to get it just yet, but new 5-minute looks pretty good, so I like that. Could see that continuation. Buying higher on this one. Let's still see it. I want to see that break over 244. There it is. Come on, come on. Stopping out, unfortunately. So it gave back a little bit there. Stopped out at 40s. Yeah, thanks, Tom. It looks interesting here because we just came out of a really nice 5-minute flag. It has that potential to keep running. Bought in at 39. Hair too soon, I suppose. And selling off. Stopping out there. Unfortunately, a bigger loss. That's fine. Still no big wins. Still waiting for that setup that I can really edge into with like 5,000 shares, 6,000 shares. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. So a little bit bigger of a loser, but again, only small wins and small losers really so far. Hopefully we can get something that just is a little bit nicer to edge into. It looks like QH might be wrapping up here so far, but you know, maybe it'll give us a little bit more opportunity later. So let's go back to this story here with FTX. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Had dreams of buying Goldman Sachs. Did you guys see that post on Wall Street Bet about Michael Burry buying into prison stocks? I think the fact that prisons have stocks is so bad because think about it from a very logical perspective. What does a public company want? Well, it probably wants, or just what do companies in general want? They probably want more customers. And what are customers to a prison? Inmates. It's just such a messed up concept. It's so messed up. It's just one of those things that should not be privatized, I think. And look, another court blocked Biden student debt forgiveness plan. That might be really good for the markets. This is so crazy. Imagine getting a death sentence because you didn't wear the hijab properly. It just freaking blows my mind. That's why I have zero interest to go to certain countries. And that's literally how I felt about Qatar. I was so happy when I left Qatar because it was just so strict there. I felt like I was going to make a mistake. I didn't even know like what the mistake would be. London no longer has Europe's largest stock market. That distinction now belongs to Paris, where luxury brands surged in value after China starting to ease down COVID restrictions. Very interesting. Wow. An unarmed guard prevented a gunman from entering Buffalo treatment clinic. This is really cool. SPY is having a huge push right now. More over the 400s. Bitcoin shooting up, Coinbase shooting up. I don't know why I'm a little skeptical about this push. I shoulda, coulda, woulda bought some coin yesterday. I really like this support zone we were at. Somehow I just couldn't get myself to do it. I thought we were gonna dip below 52 for a bit, and I wanted to buy somewhere below 52. We never got it. I'm actually surprised the PPI is moving it so much. So let's look into it a little bit more. Producer price inflation. So it came in less than expected. I guess that's quite bullish. holding, still holding very well. Nice pop there for sure. Bitcoin up almost at 17,000. Pegy crawling back up as well, but not crazy about Pegy, to be honest. SPY, guys, got a lot of resistance now that it's at 403. 404 is going to be major resistance on the SPY. I'll be right back. So much love in the Discord right now. I love it. That's what we built it for. So yeah, trading, getting long those swing trades yesterday would have worked pretty well. We had a perfect consolidation. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. And you know what? So far, my forecast is coming is exactly right. Where I was kind of guessing a lot of grinding going on in the large caps. So we'd start seeing a lot of grinding actions for the next few days. But basically, the risk reward on this the large caps aren't as good as it was. So that's gonna be the big thing that's gonna probably keep a lot of people at bay here. QH trying to make that move back above VWAP. That was a really aggressive sell-off we had here on the MACD. I think that could have been probably my biggest red flag. I don't think I was focused enough on the MACD, and you could really clearly see that, you know, this ticker is dying off. So I think giving back those profits on QH probably was a bit unnecessary. GOP is 1 seat from the majority in the House. Just a little, guys. Just a little bit. Just wet the tip. Oh, yep. There she goes. There she blows. The names and deposits account of every single FTX customer could become public on the Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing. Making money off of prison stocks, just that might be the most messed up thing ever. I'm not saying it's immoral, because if it's public, you know, don't hate the player, hate the game, but I think legally this should just not exist. This just really is wrong. It hurts my head. Well, Bitcoin's stabilizing at least a little bit. Actually, looks like we're about to bounce off some lows here. Dominance at 38. I don't even think cigarette companies and like alcohol companies are necessarily even that bad. Because it's like you still have your choice if you want to purchase it or not. But if you're in prison, it's just like it's a very big society question here and bigger issue, I feel like. It creates the wrong incentives for correctional facilities that are supposed to correct individuals and return them to society, which is probably not what their goal is anymore, because they want to maintain a high level of inmates so they can get funding for it, which is just, it's almost like a Black Mirror movie or something. I mean, it's pretty messed up. Oh my god. We might have to do a whole video about that one day, just kind of dive into it a little deeper, although I'll probably just pass out from like stress that it gives me. That's really crazy. Burned in car fire. I heard he's fine, but that's kind of reckless. Says he's okay. Oh boy. My pesky penguins are starting to trend around 1.5. What exchange is Yaw? Magic Eden's still pretty much the primary beast. OpenSea are just really expensive. Yeah, I know what you mean, Regio, for there, and Senzo is just so heavy. Yep, candle movement is definitely my focus as well. Yeah, I saw that. Logan Paul purchased a NFT for 200. It was like 600,000 something. Now worth, yeah, it was like pretty much worthless. Honestly, I would buy it for $10. Maybe it's gonna go up to $20. That could be a really good return, percentage wise. Just the purchasing of it might give you some publicity even. We could use a little boost on this channel. In the bear market, it's tough to have a trading channel. In a bull market, the trading channels always take off, but in bear markets, is you could really feel it. You're basically like swimming against a current. It's crazy. Regio says NFTs feel like a game of hot potato. For sure. So true. I really want to get trading with some of these tickers. Peggy's crawling back up, but man, I just can't really get too excited about anything out here at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if I traded maybe a little bit of SPY today. So I'll just keep an eye out, see what I actually end up jumping on. I'm trying to think, were we able to trade the SPY pre-market? Let me see, I don't even remember. Kind of seems like it. Let me see here. MMAT. It's no volume and trending down. All right, good. Thanks for the share, Colby. So Colby and some of the other large cap option traders are looking like they might be switching over to futures soon, basically because of no Greeks and more liquidity. Yeah, Matt, I feel you so bad on Peggy. Ashwin's wondering if I have any trades. Yeah, I have very small trades. I took a few on QH. We were up 200, and then I gave it all back. And then SPY, I just have a limit order on this one. And then Peggy down 40. So, yeah, I don't know. Yes, I have some trades, but did we have opportunity? I'm not really sure. Okay, I'm doing my test trade here on SPY. This is not like a serious trade, so don't think it is. All right, so yeah, pre-market, very simple to get filled on. I'm gonna cut this one. So, okay, good to know. Very straightforward, SPY. I don't know why I had doubts for some reason on trading the SPY. For some reason, I thought maybe, because since I've been trading options a bit more, I was thinking maybe they're only available after 10, but that makes 0 sense because it's trading right now. Sometimes I just gotta touch the water to make sure it's real, I guess. The Discord sure is entertaining today. Uh, so a broad spectrum of topics being covered. Ashwin's wondering if I have any fresh entries. No, at the moment I'm just watching the overall market and tickers above. Nothing really too fresh or interesting coming up. I mean, we did get that SPY spike after the PPI, the produce price index popped up, producer price index popped up, but I don't know. It's like, it's nothing too interesting. I think my biggest missed opportunity since the start of the week was the fact that some large caps came back and consolidated, and I didn't jump on that consolidation, but I actually logged off pretty hard yesterday after the stream. I popped in a few more times on FinViz to just see what's going on, and I had to alert if we went under 52 that I actually you can't really tell right here, but there, no, it's not 52. So let me put another alert on. That never went off, so basically nothing really happened that I was hoping for. So I never ended up trading anything, but yeah, I could have. Almost 9 o'clock. Looks like maybe we got some new people here, over 40 streamers today. That's pretty awesome. If you guys are using Trade Journal and you're liking it, you use it, if there's any one feature and something that you'd really love to see, let me know in the chat room, or you could DM me in the Discord, or you could even write me at alex@tradejournal.co. Right now we got a pretty tight backlog, and we're going to be getting out of beta mode soon. But we basically have so many feature requests already, but we're kind of ranking them right now on how we want to, execute a few of the top requests. So the more times we hear certain features, or maybe we haven't heard an idea from you yet, we'll definitely add it to the list, or if it's already on the list, we'll definitely bump it. So always down to hear ideas. SPY is not holding that great. I really don't like this chart pattern on the 5 minute. These kind of aggressive 5 minute sell-offs, I feel like they don't really perform that well. Also, just, you know, the SPY is really up high right now. Huge resistance in this area. Maybe we're going to break 404 or so, run all the way to 410. I just not really sure if I can see that. We are in a pretty bearish ascending channel pattern, so that's quite a bearish pattern. So we're kind of top ticking the higher end of that zone. If we go into the 410s, I'm not even sure if we will though. A live equity curve on the list. It would be nice to watch my equity curve like a stock on the 2 minute. Zoom in even more. Yeah, we have what? We have daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. We have 4 time frames. That'd be funny on like a 2 minute or something. We'll definitely be setting up some APIs, API connections for some brokers soon. That's a big thing we want to do. And also help traders figure out always what to do next. We want to put a lot more work on that. We have some good ideas based on feedback. Did I ever see supercomputers in action? I mean, it's probably just a server farm somewhere. I never actually went to any server farms. So no, I can't. No, I have not. I probably walked by a few. I mean, especially when I was on the floor of the stock exchange, you never really know. A few of those systems over there obviously link right to hedge funds and whatnot. So I just don't know. I didn't like get anything presented to me like, okay, this is supercomputer X, this is high frequency trading machine number 12. You know, it was more just like, I'm looking at a lot of expensive things right now. I wonder what it does. So probably, but not knowingly. $902, man, what a pre-market. It was a little bit more exciting than yesterday, that's for sure. I got my backpack over here. It's a little bit in the way. But still not enough to really move the needle, I feel like. Look, Tobias back at it again, buying at $54. Tobias has just been accumulating like his life depends on it. He's always does roughly the same price, and then you can see how the amount of shares he gets from it increases drastically. These are huge amounts he's buying. I mean, always like a third of $1 million. Just he's really just edging into this one. If coin goes back to like $200-300, Tobias is gonna be very happy. Lutke. Wait, founder of Spotify was Daniel Ek, no? So why did they say... Oh, Shopify. I read Spotify that whole time. I was like so confused. Okay. I'm gonna give this guy a follow and see what he's been up to. Oh my God. That's disappointing from the New York Times. Just giving SBF way too much credit. This is so good. Sam Bankman-Fried, fraudulent FTX got a higher ESG score on leadership and governance than ExxonMobil. Matt says SBF had $40 million penthouse in the Bahamas. I didn't even know how they had stuff like that on a small island. If someone's willing to pay for it, they're gonna build it. I guess.
The same thing I want to ask. Shopify, now a global brand with there's exactly one thing that doesn't take risk, which is do the same thing everyone else does.
Shopify now.
From FTX headquarters. So it looks like Toby retweets Coinbase and Brian quite a bit. As well as Mr. Beast when he's using Spotify. Nine ten. I thought by now we might get a 9 a.m. popper or something moving, but it doesn't look so interesting. Keeping an eye on SPY and large caps. Take care, Ashwin. 99. I feel you. I'm already in Europe. I'm like, whew. How much longer are we going to be here for? Usually pre-market flies by so quick where I'm not even like ready for it to be over. Colby says, rule of thumb, you see it on Webull, it's 100% BS. Yep, see, there's already the SPY selling off a bit more. Like I said, this 5-minute setup here is never good when you get these aggressive sell-offs on the 5-minute. Those always make me really, really nervous. 14 more minutes, guys. Still waiting to see if we get any new plays, but so far, I think my thesis of looking for some bigger macro moves might still be the trend. I don't know if we're going to really have any small caps that pop up. If we do, I'll jump on them super quick, just like I did with the other two tickers we traded, but both didn't really have the best moves. QH and SPY, I mean, QH and Pegy. I mean, I really don't want to keep trading Pegy, to be honest, but if something pops, I'd be happy to trade it.
Fuck them. You run this mother.
That was funny. Matt Dunn's video. It caught me off guard though. That guy started cussing like crazy. I was like, I'm always slightly hesitant with what you guys are posting. All right, what's going on here? I gotta really just keep relaxing myself because I get too excited. I keep thinking like, all right, let's start trading something here, but then nothing pops up. I'm gonna quickly look away from the charts for like 5-10 minutes, or no, like 5 minutes, relax, and come right back. All right, guys, let's get ready to get back in action here. We have 4 minutes till the open. Took a nice little relaxer. Coinbase pulling back, SPY pulling back. No big surprise there. We were able to see that on just the simple price action. Square moving higher at 74, so that one actually looks the healthiest right now. Volume's just very light. Pretty much everything only looks good on the 5-minute. All right, let's see what goes on. I'm watching. Trying to get that bird's eye view, make sure we're ready for whatever happens. Good luck, everyone. Here we go. Time of force day. 5, 3, 2, 1. Square moving. Coin back up. QH just had a huge flash down 10% and had a quick recovery. Super weird. Doesn't exactly make you want to trade it. Pegy flushing in both directions. Mbapa's up here. Same with TSM. How crazy is that? Rare that we see TSM on our scanners. Look how much TSM is up in recent days here, 35, 40%. Coin back at 56. It was very strong bounce on coin. Square moving up as well. SPY crawling higher. Square had a big flush just now, back to new lows. This is so many strikes on the SPY calls at like a 404 strike could be kind of interesting if we continue any sort of bull momentum here. I would probably just get it set up just in case, just to keep monitoring the position. Very small, just kind of alert order just to see if something does pop up. We did have that kind of a strong gap up here on this one, 250% or so. Let's go to the SPY. So the question is, you know, you could maybe go off a trade here and basically be buying this pullback, but I'm just not so bullish right now. I kind of feel like it's a bit of a bull trap that we're looking at right now, so I just don't know if I want to do it. Coin, on the other hand, actually did recover and is crawling higher again very nicely there. So yesterday we had a bit of a pullback, found support, and now we're continuing that high. It looks to me like we're going to keep moving higher too. I mean, this looks like pretty bullish action. Let's see, Pegy back up as well. SPY moving higher too. Pegy's just really lacking volume today, and it has so much resistance above. Technically, it is moving up quite nicely right now, and it's actually moving with good volume. So there is something to this one. New 5-minute coming up. I'm going to trade my first size on it very small. 5-minute held pretty well there. You can see the bid holding at 37. Let's see, held again. Let's see if we can jump on this one. Looking for that breakout. Looking for that break over 45. Very small position size. Still struggling a bit. Not sure if we're going to really get it. See, there's big ass there at 45. We're trying several attempts here. Possible move. No. I'm going to cut that one. I was hoping for a real quick pop over 45 into like the 50s. And it just wasn't getting it. I traded very small size. I don't really trust Pegy so much. Five-minute holding well though. Coinbase pulled back again. Very strong pullback. Good for small caps though. Found a lot of support at 37. Volume on Pegy is really nice right now. Possible break at 45. Let's see at 47. I keep thinking we're going to get that big pop, but then we never get it. Here we go. Small size. Bit of a doji candle there. Yeah, there's the SPY. It's not holding. Pegy could really be off to the races right now because the volume's looking really good on it. We just broke huge resistance on this ticker. Next major resistance probably closer to like 375 or so. The bid is really aggressive on this one, so really kind of inching up higher and higher. Try to get a fill there. I'm not going to chase just yet. Could see another micro pullback, but this whole area is just very good support. Bid is very strong here. Held again. Maybe another 1-minute pullback. This could rip over 3.5 though. Still pretty healthy. I just don't really trust Pegy as a ticker. We've kind of seen this one fumble around for too long. I think that's my biggest problem. Is just I have too many biases on this ticker. Nice. There's that break at 355. It's on a strong front side right now. You can't deny that. I kept thinking we'd see a little bit more of a pullback. So far, I don't really have any good trades on Pegy. Just some scratches. Square pulling back. Coin still holding. QH falling off a cliff. And the SPY really struggling. Could be really good to take some shorts on the SPY. Yeah, Regio, 100%. Pegy crawling down the former 5-minute candle. We could start seeing a lot of support near the 9 EMA. I wouldn't be looking for a new high just yet. Anything's possible, but I'd be a little cautious right now. I kind of want to buy some puts on the SPY, to be honest. We could see a crack here into the 40s. Yeah, it did pull back. Didn't give me time to make an entry. I thought we were going to see a better crack at 50. Unfortunately not. Didn't go nearly as low as I was expecting it to. Just in case we get another pullback, SPY looking really top heavy. 941. I wouldn't expect to break out just yet over 3.6. Maybe we will get something, but for me it's too early. QH still selling off. Another pullback to around 50. I keep thinking it's going to pull back more. SPY really struggling here. Pegy, possible break at 350. I wish I got a little bit more aggressive on this ticker right here in this area. I had the right idea, but I hesitated a little bit too much. Then I fumbled just a bit. There was definitely some opportunity on Pegy, for sure. Now I've kind of missed my entry like 3 times, and I don't really like doing the same trade over and over again. And at this point, I didn't get the trade, but I don't like potentially, doing the same entry again and again. Possible break of 3.5 could be interesting. See how that holds. Could run to VWAP pretty quickly. Could also here we go, 3.4. That was the potential entry. Crawling higher now. Yeah, I had the right idea on this one. Kind of talked myself out of that. I'd be closing right now. I don't really trust this ticker. That would have been the move I was looking for. It looks like that I was right about the SPY. It is getting really top heavy. Oh, Matt's averaging down on QH. Good golly. Hopefully he can get a really good bounce on that one. SPY, kind of in an indecision zone. A little bit uncomfortable. So far, no entries on anything. I did do a little bit of trading here on Pegy. You can see the bids stacking quite nicely actually on the SPY puts. Could have been a little backside retest. Might have hesitated on the puts just a hair too long. I really like that, how we broke VWAP. We had a retest, and now we're kind of trending down. I really don't trust these small caps we're seeing across the board. Yeah, I missed my opportunity on Pegy. That was a perfect opportunity. I was too focused on Pegy at the moment. I should have just accepted that, you know, small caps aren't that hot right now. I should have switched over quicker to the SPY. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. So that's messed that one up a little bit. Oh well. More of a chase. Yeah, I feel you, Reggio. Maybe we'll get a low fill on it, but I kind of feel like I missed my move. I'll just keep watching it. But yeah, that was literally the move I wanted right here for the entry, for the put, but I was still working on Pegy at the time. So crazy. Pegy popped up and flushed right back down. So sketchy. Typically, stuff you want to avoid. Some of these small caps. Oatly up 5%. Pegy back up. Oh man, I don't know. That ticker is a little bit too hectic for me. Possible entry on puts on the SPY. Bought some puts on the SPY on that bounce here. Kept pulling back my entry a little bit. I would like to see more continuation on the SPY to the backside. I just don't know. I mean, right now there's a lot of support, so it's a little bit uncomfortable. So, a big hammer candle, big pullback. I'd really like to see a dip back below 400. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Got to remember, you know, this trade cost me $5 because it's 50 cents per contract. I have 10 contracts. So you do have to just remember the cost of options is much higher. Maybe we will get a small break here, so that could be an option for a second entry. Still there, the big ask. So hopefully if the SPY does pop up, we'll get a little fill here. Coin had a very strong bounce off the lows, but you got to watch out. Volume's fading here, and that green bounce is also very light. Trading the overall market is definitely more of a grind. Maybe we will get a fill here. Big move there on the SPY. Big sell-off on the SPY. $120 profit if I closed right now. I missed my last entry. Thought we could maybe get another fill on it. There we go. Ooh, big recovery though on the SPY. Big recovery. So maybe I was too aggressive on that move. Could have been. But that was a big pullback on the SPY just now. Really, really big pullback. So yeah, instant recovery there. So I chased a little bit on that capitulation, and then there was that turnaround. So it looks like we'll probably push at least towards VWAP. It's a little hard to say. It would have been really nice if we had that entry below 245, 250. That was originally where I was looking for that second entry on my put. Overall, the SPY is actually showing quite a bit of green here, especially on the volumes. So that's actually quite bullish. Might have to cut this one, unfortunately. We were green on it for a bit. I thought we were going to get that last push under 40, 400. Doesn't really seem like it at the moment. So I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to close this one. Then we'll take like a $200 loser here, probably. Yeah, about 250. So right at the end there. So close. I could have maybe just closed it out. Might have been the better decision, but that felt like a good opportunity to size into a winner, which is typically the right decision. I think we're down like 300 now, 370. Yeah, so unfortunately that didn't work out. Now it's really popping up. So my mistake here on the options was I didn't cut quick enough. The second it bounced back, I should have cut losses. That's what I should have done. But it was a good learning moment there. Good reminder as well. Pulling back right now, the SPY. Good 5-minute breakout though. This is still a very strong ticker here. Gonna stop out at 21 just because it's too strong right now. So unfortunately I kind of stopped out not at the best spot. So I took like a $500 loser there. Totally fine. I thought it was gonna be worth it. So I'm down on the day 400. Luckily I cut it before it got worse, although we're not really sure about that yet. So let's just quickly review here where I messed up. And I think it's a really good lesson. So right here, I literally said it. I bought short here, and I was about to buy a bit more calls, puts here, and then the price sold off. So I was like, all right, here's the capitulation we were looking for. I was expecting more continuation. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. And the price bounced right back. And at this area, I was like, uh-oh, not good. So I placed my sell order, but I didn't place it aggressive enough, and I actually ended up pretty much cutting up here. So I hope you guys all learned a lesson about, you got to cut your losses quickly. I'm really good at doing that with day trading small caps and just day trading spot price in general. With the options, I'm a little bit more slow, and you guys just kind of saw that play out and why you still got to be quick to always cut your losses. Also, we're not swing trading, we're day trading right now. So with my swing trades, you can see I'm way more relaxed, and I'll let that run. I'll let it do its thing. But before I enter any trade, I always know ahead of time if it's a swing trade or a day trade. That's really important because you got to know how you want to go about those things. We might actually have a bit of a reversal right now in the market. So we try to break lower, and we actually found that new support, which was pretty nice. 10:01 right now. One sec. I want to say that the market, it looks like it's going to start trending higher. Everything is green. Nasdaq's up 2.6%. I'm just a little bit iffy because it feels like we're more in a range than a proper front side continuation. I don't want to start trading calls and then it starts ranging to the lower side, basically mean reversion back down. So I'm not really sure if this is a front side, if we're just kind of in a range right now. So yeah, I think I would have been comfortable taking this pullback, but I really don't feel comfortable taking this breakout. And just because, like I said, I don't know if we're ranging right now, we're kind of going to get stuck in a range, or if this is a legit front side. The reasons it's not really a front side is because kind of volume's fading here. It just doesn't look so interesting. A little bit tough to try to go ahead and keep trading this, to be honest. Obviously, I would like to keep trading it. But yeah, I don't see it at the moment, so we'll see. I'll give it a little bit longer. SPY is still crawling up, so if I didn't stop out of that one, it would have been even more painful loss. Stopped out at 21. There's that SPY big dip. Hard to say if we should jump on this or not. Just kind of thinking it through. Overall, still kind of choppy. Just kind of we're in an overall range. It's hard to really want to jump on anything. Could easily pop her right back higher. This is one of those difference with the small caps that we're usually trading and the large caps is when I trade large caps and options on the SPY, I always have to kind of have a big idea of what the overall market's doing, what kind of trend we're in, and so on and so forth. When you trade these small caps, nothing really matters on a macro level. They're either moving or they're not, which is always why I was a big fan of small caps. SPY could see a move back to 401, give us a small entry potential. I don't see PDSB calling out, PDSB being called out. Oh yeah, look at this one popping up here, getting a little bit of momentum. I almost rarely trade these tickers that just pop out of the blue really aggressively. It's not totally my thing. Bullish movement there. This is kind of what I was a little bit undecided about. You know, is this a... It's just too choppy here for me to really pick a direction on the SPY. I don't have the clearest read. I think if we get extended, could be an option to trade it. Still overall quite a good amount of green. I wouldn't say I have a really clear, like, oh, this looks like a perfect bull flag. This looks like a perfect XYZ. It's kind of just stuck in a range. And I don't really see that clear setup on it that makes me really excited. So I'm not really jumping in on anything yet. I'm not even sure if I will. I'm just going to keep watching for a bit longer. I think there's even a good chance that coin might actually continue its little front side movement here to 58 or so. So I just don't know if I really want to risk it. I feel like we're more in a slow front side bullish crawl, and that's why shorting or buying puts right now doesn't make me super comfortable. I thought we would get that last capitulation on the SPY under 400 before we reversed and went back to the range, but it doesn't really seem to be the case. Let's quickly just look at the other tickers we traded so far. So we traded Pegy, which in my eyes looks like it totally capitulated here at this point. Really not so interesting. So pre-market, Pegy was weak and sketchy. At the market open, it had some power. Still sketchy. But there was potential. I just somehow came in a little bit too late on this one. With QH, there was definitely more potential, and we were actually doing okay on it originally. But then, unfortunately, I kind of got more aggressive. Or not even more aggressive. It just kind of died off that last one. So typically, my last trades are red. That's usually how it goes, because you want to keep trading a ticker until it dies. I should have been, I think very clearly, I should have been more focused on the MACD. That totally died. There was no buy signal on the MACD anymore, and I was getting way too aggressive on that, for sure. What else we got? So we have the Unfortunately, my trades aren't popping up. Hopefully we can get that to show. Here we go. Here are my trades popping up in the SPY. I think this is a really good one to review, and I'm really happy that I can review the SPY trade. Ultimately, this one, let me actually save it. SPY. Nice. This is actually really good. Front side. SPY was literally a backside trade. Wow, crazy. Backside. That's something to think about there. Everything went well on this trade, but, and this is really important right here. Right here, this is what we talked about before. When the SPY held after the red 1 minute candle flush, that was the sign to get out quick. So the only thing that I did wrong on this trade, get out quick, was I didn't cut my losses quick enough. Remember, guys, losses are fine. Losses are part of the game. Losses can be good because it gets you in and out. But what is not good is holding something too long and letting a small loser turn into a bigger loser. And in a way, that's pretty much what happened here with the SPY. I just let this one, I held this one a little bit too soon. I hesitated here to cut, and I hesitated here to cut. And then we got this big pop, and then I cut it. Luckily, I didn't keep holding because this would have been a huge, like $700-800 loser. But still, you know, it should have only been like a $200-300 loss, and it was a $530 loss. So, you know, plus there's the fees as well. So we paid another, you know, almost $15.50 in fees as well. So good to learn that, or not even learn it, but good to share it and reinforce that with everybody as well. I think that's always really important. That's like one of those lessons that you just can never learn enough. Coin looking a little bit top heavy here. SPY capitulating a little bit more. Kind of wondering if the SPY is going to give us that sell-off we were looking for. So far, these are my stats for the day. We'll see if we do any more trading. Running P&L, we were green. We were up only 170 today, very small. And then I had that big loss here. So we tried a few times to break back above VWAP, but it didn't work. I'm a little bit indecisive because yes, now we're back on a backside, and that's basically what I traded here. But I'm thinking maybe we're actually in a range. Maybe we have a big support here at 400. We have big resistance here, somewhere around 403, 402, and we're just going to be stuck in a range. And if we're stuck in a range, this is a really bad time to buy puts. So it's just not a really clear market for me. And then I'm thinking about maybe trading coin, the same situation on coin though, where, you know, maybe we're stuck in a range, and then right now it's not a really good time to trade it. Maybe though we are actually breaking higher and we're going to, you know, break over 58. It's just not clear direction. And that's why for me, I can't really justify getting too aggressive on anything right now. GRWG crawling up 10% each day. Yeah, this is not a bad grinder. Look at that. Growth generation. I remember we were looking at this company quite a lot back in the day. Where was that low it had? Oh my god, this ticker is crazy. Had somewhat of a low around $3. This ticker literally is down like 95, 96%. That is reckless. Really nice bottom bounce on that one. Yeah, boom, there goes SPY. See, this is exactly what I was nervous about. If I was going to short this one or buy puts, look at that. So it is more or less in a range than it is anything else. So yeah, very tough to trade this kind of choppiness. And this is really what you want to avoid as a trader. Unless you really go in from the get-go and you're like, uh-oh, this is definitely a range we're in, and then you just milk that range. But you know, it's also easy to be wrong, and then you know, you're left cutting your losses quickly. So range trading for me is usually a no-go. Backside is usually a bit of a no-go too, and then front side is really the one thing I really like to size into. So for now, yeah, might just have to call it here on a red day. What's up, guys? What's up, Brian? Sorry, I'm just reading your messages now. Thanks, man. I am happy they're helpful. Have I ever used Lightspeed? No, I haven't used Lightspeed. Yeah, I think you want to use a cheaper broker like TD Ameritrade or Webull or something. I mean, these are like, I think TD is a really good option for most people because it's a legacy broker, so you get like pretty much everything, but it's free to use. There's reg fees, and then with options there's fees, but it's not so bad. I think if you really were like full-time options, maybe Webull is better, but man, the Webull platform is really not my favorite. So it's okay for investing and whatnot, but I think for trading it feels really sticky, where I feel like I'm never getting the orders through that I want. Yeah, there goes the SPY bouncing again. That would make me really nervous. Matt says, I really hope Pegy gets delisted. Amen. Amen. Yeah, there goes coin crawling back up again. Really nice move. But again, it was just felt tough to want to, you know, size into that position. It just didn't feel clean enough. So I might actually go short today at some point. So stay tuned for that. I'll be in the Discord if I do go short. So I'm ending the day down 396. Not the worst day, but actually the worst day this month. So, but I never really had any flow today. I mean, the most I was up was 160. So total scratch if I was green. And, you know, I would say $400 red day is definitely like it's an okay red day. So it's a red day for sure. Let's see if we can get, you know, another good opportunity. So I'll keep an eye out on coin, SPY, and some other large caps, see if something makes sense. Otherwise, it'll be a little bit tomorrow, like yesterday, where I just kind of called it. I didn't really see anything that was super interesting. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed, got some value out of it. Seems like you guys did. So I'm happy to keep trading with you guys. Yeah, I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.